Hello, everybody, and welcome back. How we doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Yeah, so fun little thing here. Zach here, also known as Kinda Super Dubs. This is his first ever stream on DCRL as a caster. Love to see it. Love seeing him here, and I hope this goes well. It's gonna be a good night. We got a fun little matchup, a little Div C matchup. A lot of Div C players that I have not seen up at Div C before. We got a lot of debuts tonight. So Bad Wi-Fi versus Jumbo Nut. Zach, do you know anyone what's playing right now?
Nobody at all.
All
Haven't
right.
seen anybody in Sixers. I have no idea what to expect going into this. So,
Fantastic. Reason why I
should be a
asked,
fun night.
I did know that, but pretense so that everyone understands. Zach doesn't know any of the players. He doesn't know their skill sets or anything. So we're going to play on and see how it goes. A little bit of BS, a little bit of action here. We're going to hope that it's just a good game tonight. And with that being said, we're going to hop over to division stats, which since we had a lot of games last night, 3 alone, we get some stats to look at. It was a very, very, very heavy Game 5 night, as all games in Div C went to Game 5, and we see some stat leaders here. Nothing too crazy, nothing that we can really go off of. 43% shooting is kind of crazy out of Crossbar Kings. But other than that, not much we can look at. It was a long night full of a lot of games, and we're gonna see how one of these two of the final teams without any stats play tonight. We hop on over to Bad Wi-Fi. And Zach, do you have any information on these boys?
The only thing that I saw when I looked them over was that the go time pick was a little bit of a reach. So I don't know if that's just team chem. I do know that he selected 2 NDSU kids, so maybe they know each other. But could be a team chem thing. Could have played in Sixers when I wasn't on. I don't know what the case of that is, but I'm looking forward to finding out.
Yeah, no doubt. Sorry, got a lovely notification that completely deafened me for a few seconds. So I just hope whatever you said was actually factual and I didn't sound like an idiot. But we have Mountain Dew Frizz coming back. The man, the myth, the legend. When I load up my my thing every day for overlay, his name pops up. So his name's got a little bit in my heart right there. But he took a break. He's back. We get to see him play again this season. Daryl. He played really well last season. I'm not mistaken, he was on Oreo Man's team. Could be wrong. He sounds like I remember him being on CVS receipt. If that's wrong, sorry, Daryl. I got you off. And go time. The man, the myth, the legend made a very large leap. If I'm not mistaken, he was all the way down, maybe Div E. Like that's a jump. Div E all the way up to a third man Div C. So we'll see how he performs. Looking at the other side, we got Jumbo Nut, and this is the team I want to see. We got Grayskull, the demo madman. I think he's currently rated, and then I think top 3 demos all time DCRL, something like that. It's nutty. Per game, I know he's one of the top ever. Photo Nut, a man who needs no introduction. He came through, won a couple seasons back down in, if I'm not mistaken, it was Div D. And the only man without ball cam, Jumbo Kid. I don't know how he plays without ball cam. That man's a monster. He still plays insanely well. He was actually tearing up the lower bracket, and specifically the 3rd best team in Div D last semester. It was rough for them, and Jumbo Kid was the one man doing it all. But yeah, Zach, I don't know. I don't know if you have anything to say on these boys, but I think it's gonna be a good match.
I'm gonna jump in on the no cam thing. I had no idea that he did that. So if I were me, I would get sick just playing. Don't know how he does it, but I'm interested to see how he performs tonight.
You'd be surprised. He can aerial. He can effectively pressure. The man's got champ 1 level mechanics and positioning down with no ball cam. It's gross. I don't want to look at it ever from his perspective. I would never do a VOD review just watching him. But at the end of the day, I mean, if he performs for Grayskull, that's what they need. And I'm going to ask you, you got a prediction for this match?
I'm gonna go from how ecstatic you were to talk about Jumbo Nut, I think they're gonna win. I'm going 3-2. I want to see another game 5.
Ooh, 3-2. You really don't want me to go to bed tonight. Got it. Sounds good. Yeah, no.
I'm in the same boat as you, dog.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, no. Jumbo Nut. I mean, I want to see them win. I have faith in them. I'm gonna go Jumbo Nut. Take it in 4.
Okay. So I guess we're not going to bed then.
Maybe I got poor life decisions in that one, but I think we'll make it through.
So we see a pre-jump coming in. That.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
gonna
my
let you
game
take
just
over.
froze.
Oh, it froze. Not the
Yeah,
time, man.
Xbox problems. All right, we're back.
It's all
We
good.
get
I'm
a
just
clear.
getting logos fixed, so you're all good. I'm getting the overlay fixed. You take the lead. I'll be right in a moment.
Awesome. Well, Photonut causing a little bit of pressure. He does get beat though, and that is centered to the sidewall. And then we get a pop up. Can they make anything of it? And he just misses it wide. Grayskull is pre-jumped. He gets a decent touch. But nobody's there to follow it up as Mountain Dew Fridge clears it out. Now it's just kind of floating as Grayskull gets a pretty decent clear. Makes Daryl a little bit awkward. Daryl kind of fakes, and now it's a 1v1. It doesn't get the bump.
Ooh.
We see a shot possibly on.
All right, overlay is all good here. Grayskull with a nice touch around Daryl. Follow up. Jumbo Kid takes him to the corner. Can he do much more with it? He gets beat on 1. This ball floating towards the orange half. Go time with a nice cutoff early. Mountain Dew Fridge can't get anything to go. Grayskull able to get out of his half. And a little bit of lore on some of these players, specifically Grayskull. Oh, never mind. Shut me up, Daryl. Oh, my bad. I'll stop talking. I always want to talk. Whenever I try to color commentary, I just get shut out. And starting out early for Daryl. Sends one away. The man, the myth, the legend. He went, I'm not mistaken, to land last season with CVS receipt. Coming in this time as their captain. We'll see if he can make another land appearance. As that was a pretty nice shot, and Go Time gets it starting off early here as Photonut forced to make the cutoff.
Here we go. We might have a 2v1, but it gets cut off early. As Photonut pops it center. Is anybody there? Grayskull kind of gets shot off. As Photonut kind of rotates back behind. That boost doesn't spawn. Mountain Dew Fridge didn't have much boost as Jumbo Kid just misses the aerial.
You gotta love the car choice by Jumbo Kid. He's got everything.
I do.
Antenna, everything. Oh my! No, Daryl. Oh, man.
Someone check this guy's stats.
Oh, Daryl finds that one under. The man sniping low and bad Wi-Fi with a nice little lead here. A 2-0 lead over Jumbo Nut. And with 2:40 left in this game, we're almost halfway through, and they're looking menacing.
Now, to be fair, the whole night, nobody's been able to hold the lead. So, I don't know if I just cursed it. But we'll see if they're able to hold it. As it gets put up high, backboard.
I will say Jumbo Nut does really well in these like short dribbles. That was not the best experience, like position of what I was trying to talk about, but that was what he was tearing up last season. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to color commentate one more time. Grayskull. He played last season in Div C, did well, but couldn't find his way to land. But I will say one thing. It was amazing to see improvement. Grayskull, when I first got in, he was just known as demo guy. He got explosions. He did well, and he got to land as I'm not mistaken, a third man. And he played a good game to get there. But last season, a lot more shots on, a lot more effective offense out of the man. And that movement, that positioning, the development was really nice to see. So we'll see if that continues heading into this season.
I am very excited to see what improvements are made this season, because we definitely saw a lot last season when it came to especially like Div C and Div D. So that was really cool to see. But as we have a possible double attempt, nope, it's shut down. He I mean, neither one of us can really talk before there's a goal.
Oh, love when the party is destroyed because of a connection error. But I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm gonna say it. Same thing I told Chemic last night. Don't expect people to hit double taps anywhere below Div B. Div C, it'll
No.
happen. I mean, people like Oreo Man do exist, and he absolutely cooked last season on that end. But that's a nice touch up high for Jumbo Nut as Jumbo Kid gets a touch high off the backboard. Not much to follow here. Photonut can't get much to go, and a nice bump, but Grayskull forced to follow. They find a goal back. They have a chance here. They need to find another, though. With 50 seconds left, a lot on the line here as they try to not be the ones down after one game.
Yeah, and I mean, I love to see after every single touch that Jumbo Kid makes, he looks to find a demo in net rotating back. You don't
Oh,
see that a whole lot in the lower divisions, so it does kind of force the other team to kind of get out of their defensive rotations.
Jumbo
As we
tries for the
see a
aerial.
very dangerous ball dropping very slowly.
Oh, with 5 seconds left, there's an opportunity here, but Montaigne Dufridge sends it off the backboard. No one there to follow. Bad Wi-Fi find their way through. They take game number 1.
Yeah, that was a really good game by them. I mean, they didn't even have to make a save, and they still won, which is very impressive. But it was a really good game. Daryl kind of started off hot, and they kind of just rode the momentum throughout the game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was a great game from them, and honestly, I'm looking to see a little bit more specifically out of Grayskull. He had a couple of nice things when it comes to his aerial mechanics and his positioning, but 5 demos and nothing to show for them.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to try to make space for his team, and I mean that's going to come through demos and bumps. But I mean, maybe just a word of advice is to try to shut down Daryl because it seems like he's having his way.
Yeah, Daryl. I mean, his 2 shots were nice shots. They were good position, nice aerials. You can't really say much to it. One was a nice ground pinch, the other one just a basic aerial. But I mean, it's just not something you're seeing a ton. If anyone I want to see more out of in this game, Go Time. Both Mountain Dewfridge and Go Time 1 item away in each of their brackets from a Tony Snell game. Now what you want to see, they get the win off Daryl's back, but his backpack will get heavier and heavier as the series goes on, and that's not going to maintain.
No, I mean he's got to try to figure out kind of how to. I mean I'd like to see him try to control the ball a little bit. As we have a shot just high, and this one's still
Oh,
awkward in front of the
awkward.
net.
Ooh. Daryl will get a chance here. This ball rolling back into his half. He gets a nice touch around 2. Can he beat out Photonut 2? But not quite. Montaigne Dufridge sends this one high. Can't get much of a follow as this ball floats out towards Photonut, who pops it up. Grayskull quick on the follow. Can he get a shot on? No. Sends toward the backboard. This is an open pass, but no one there to follow. Sent to the side. Go Time. Forced to turn around. Has no momentum as Montaigne Dufridge moves through the middle. Jumbo Kid. He's out of position now. Grayskull in his back line. Forced to make it a touch here, but Go Time can't find anything on target. He just takes it out towards the corner. This ball floating high from Daryl. Daryl can't get anything to go as Grayskull is going to be able to take it out of his own half, but not quite there as his entire team can't make good contact. Jumbo, it's an aerial, but not much to follow it.
I'm liking the pressure that these guys are having right off the bat as this one's going to float down in front of the net, but no one's there. But they have been in this blue half the entire minute and a half of this game practically.
Oh,
I mean,
Jumbo.
this is a.
Oh, nice
Is anyone there to
demo.
follow?
Followed up by Grayskull. Woo!
I mean, the demo play just works. I mean, there's no stopping it practically at this point, as Daryl almost gets back to that.
What a shot there as Jumbo Nut find the lead. And this is the first lead of this series as Jumbo Kid sends this one mid towards Grayskull. Grayskull can't quite get the follow. Mondufer is able to get it out wide. Go time in the air. Gets a nice touchdown. Is there a follow? Yes, there is, but it gets sent to the corner. Photo Nut behind this ball. Daryl floating behind it, but he can't get anything to go. A nice pass mid. Can Grayskull get there? No. Mountain Dew Fridge able to get it wide. The Jumbo Kid. Jumbo Kid takes it off his head, but Daryl trying to move past two. He's able to do so. Photo Nut makes a whiff, but Jumbo Kid able to get back on rotation and make his way through. It was a nice demo by Grayskull to keep them out of that pressure. And he's getting another touch here. Tries to send this one down mid to Photo Nut. Photo Nut can't get a touch, and this ball gets sent away.
Yeah, these guys are so boost starved in the orange end that they finally got it out and are relieving some of the pressure as this one floats down in front of the net, but nobody was there to capitalize as another shot comes out. I mean, these guys are definitely starting to pepper them, and we'll see if they can keep up this pressure.
Yeah,
As Grace called, I mean, every time it cuts to him, he's looking for a demo, which is great to see.
hey, the man with the record, he's got to do it somehow. As this ball floating mid, touched to the corner by Grayskull, met by Photo Nut, but Daryl cuts it off early, tries to get something mid again, but Jumbo able to send this out wide, gets it past one. He's got time and space, but not the recollection as he misses the aerial touch. Grayskull passes one mid, but Photo Nut gets bumped forward. They're out of position. They're all scrambling back. Can Daryl get something mid? No. Cut off well by Jumbo. This ball floating back down. Grayskull gets cut off early by Mountain Dew Fridge, but able to push this out of his own half. But Daryl, with time and space, he's in the air. Beautiful mechanics as he tries to take it across. It goes so close, but not quite. An awkward touch. The triple commit almost gets it to go, but it gets sent back towards this orange side.
Yeah, and these guys are just keeping. I mean, they have not been get out of the blue half the past minute, and I mean these guys have practically zero boost. Photonnut's the only one with boost, so he's got to make some sort of a play here to get it out, and he does.
Jumbo
Relieves a lot of the pressure.
I really want to see Jumbo cook there. Grayskull can't get much there. This ball popped high to the backboard by Jumbo. Grayskull to follow. Can't get anything to go back to Jumbo. Jumbo can't get the touch. Grayskull in the air, flying towards this ball. Tries to put something on target. Finished on by Photo Nut right over him. And Photo Nut sends that one away. A 2-0 lead for Jumbo Nut.
Absolutely dookied Daryl in front of the net. I mean, that one World would be impressed with. I mean, that I mean, he has a family, for crying out loud.
Yeah, that was a nice little clutch there. It's Grayskull sends one back towards the orange side. It's looking good, but Jumbo Kid tries to pop this one over. And can't get much to go there as Daryl able to get it out of his own half. He did it last game. He's trying to do it again. And he needs to find something here as go time. Can't get anything here, but Monsoon Dew Fridge sends it off the backboard with the follow. This ball flying across the line, sent away by Jumbo Kid. And Grayskull will get a free goal as a triple commit doesn't follow through. And Jumbo Nut with a 3-0 lead.
Jumbo Kid, it just shut that whole thing down. I mean, he put the dagger in this game by that save. I mean, that's the difference of momentum being switched.
Yeah, no doubt. Bad Wi-Fi from a 2-1 win to a 3-0 loss. This Photo Nut trying to find one more. Popped out towards Jumbo Kid. This ball floated high, and it looks like it might just fall here. 3-0 Jumbo Nut. What a way to come back into this series, and what a way to have your second game go.
I mean, that was clinical Grayskull. I mean, every single touch he made was followed up by either a bump or a demo. I mean, it was it was what you wanted to see out of him, and I mean the stats show for it.
They really do. And I mean, he does do the bumping, but I think it's that he's spreading it to his other teammates. Seeing Jumbo Kid become a little more aggressive, seeing Photo Nut willing to put in that pressure to Dookie. Like, it's stuff that are getting them goals, it's netting them pressure, and it's netting them effective attacking. The issue is I do see one thing that might reign as a problem, and that's Daryl's internet. Daryl's struggling with high ping. I mean, I know their team's called Bad Wi-Fi, but oh, it's a little rough, especially as we sit here in this menu waiting to go into the next game. I haven't seen him go under 100, but Daryl, he was the shooting pressure for his team in the first game, but can't do the same here. He's able to get 5 shots, but no actual goals in go time with 44 points. Something needs to happen there.
Yeah, he's gonna have to pick it up to kind of alleviate the pressure of the Wi-Fi situation that's going on with Daryl.
Yeah, no doubt. In go time, I mean, he played well Div, but he needs to get maybe on a little bit of a training arc, get himself up to a Div C caliber. But it's not looking great. Jumbo Kid, USD finest. It's a nice touch mid as Mountain Dew Fridge sends this one wide and high. Go time, quick on the follow. Sends this one mid. Grayskull with a nice touch up. Go time cuts off his own teammate Daryl. A little awkward as Photonut launches his 1.5. Grayskull tried to chase the demo. He gets a nice bump instead. Photonut quick on the follow. Jumbo Kid can't get anything to go as Mountain Dew Fridge almost gets that to pinch in. Instead he gets killed for his efforts. And Grayskull takes this out to the side. Daryl with a nice touch, but doesn't quite find anything as Jumbo Kid takes this high. That's a nice touch middle. Puts it away. Jumbo Kid sends one in, and Jumbo Nut have a 1-0 lead.
I mean, that's exactly what you want to see out of anyone in Div C, getting that accurate of a shot off of the sidewall. I mean, that was really impressive.
Yeah, no doubt. Bad Wi-Fi. Not a way to start their game here as Grayskull taking it in the air. He's able to get it past 1. I don't know if he'll get much more, but he's going to go for a bump here. It's going to be awkward and slow. Daryl, awkward, probably lagged out of his own line there. Jumbo Kid trying to float back. Daryl puts this one on, and they find themselves right back into this matchup with 4 minutes and 5 seconds left. We're tied up.
Who says you need good Wi-Fi to succeed in DCRL? I saw Allies do it all last season. That he struggled with that Wi-Fi situation.
Yeah, no doubt. He definitely struggled. That is a understatement for what that man went through. And the man that myth himself, Daryl, finding his way through there, but he's on the back foot now as Graceful. It's a nice touch off to the backboard. He sends his own teammate flying. Go time in the air. Can he find anything else? No. This ball floating down. Photonut will try to send it away. Ooh, it's looking rough.
Daryl is making the most out of the internet that he has, that's for sure. All the touches seem to be pretty consistent. I think what's gonna hurt him are those type of bounces.
Yeah, the Lake Region State College man himself. I didn't even know that was a college till I met the man, but Jumbo Kid trying to move in, gets a nice pop, can't get it to go, followed up by Photonut and Grayskull. The triple commit doesn't ring true, and Grayskull forced to go on his back foot here to try to get it back into their possession. Goes down for the pinch, gets it over 1. This ball floating towards the net. Met well by Go Time. He's able to get it into the corner, followed up by Jumbo Kid. It's a nice pop over 1. Daryl out of his own half. It's a nice pop over Photonut, and they'll probably remain a little bit of peace here, but Grayskull make sure that doesn't happen. And he pops this one mid, met well by Photonut, but Go Time a better touch away.
Go Time is starting to pick it up. I don't know if his teammates said something to him in between the last couple games, but he has definitely shown up in this game.
Yeah, no doubt.
We see
ooh, gets past
kind
2.
of a whiff and a pop.
Oh!
I mean, that's really hard to read when you're battling your Wi-Fi. I mean, that pop and the lag touch kind of does add a degree of difficulty for sure.
What did he say?
I said for Daryl in that.
No. What if Photonut typed in chat is what I meant.
Oh, Xbox problem, can't see it.
Oh, gotcha. Sad world, but you know what isn't sad? Jumbo Kid coming from downtown, can't quite get it to go. Mountain Dew Fridge cut off early. Go Time with a nice pop out. Photonut tries to get a cut off. They make a little awkward movement here as Jumbo Kid turns this one around. His ground dribbles second to none in the division. Jumbo Kid tries to get this one mid to Graceful. Graceful sits toward the backboard. Jumbo Kid on the turn, can't get anything to go. Photonut forced to take from his own half. Jumbo Nut on their way back in this series. Need to find something here. And it has been a rough one here for bad Wi-Fi as Daryl makes a couple defensive mistakes and it's leading them into an awkward situation here. Go time. I need to see more out of him. He's not looking the strongest right now. We'll see if they can get out of their own half and let alone push on in this series.
I mean, they just can't get out of their own end. It seems like every single clear is a booming clear that nobody's able to follow up. And I mean, as go time, I mean, he has a little bit of time here, speaking of time. But we need to, I would like to see them try to take a little bit of the space that this Jumbo Nut's giving them.
Yeah, no doubt. Grayskull cuts this one off. Can't get much more as this ball floats out towards Photo Nut. Look, Daryl cuts it off early. Met by Jumbo Kid, who gets a touch round one. Can he get anything more? Yes, he can. He sends this one away, and Jumbo Nut 3-1 lead.
I mean, do I dare call that the dagger goal? I mean, we've seen crazier comebacks.
Yeah, no, I've seen too many comebacks today. I'm not going to.
That's fair. That's fair. I just wanted to plant the seed.
No, that's completely fair. The coffin might be closing as Grayskull slots that one away, and the nail drives deeper. That's a nice one right there.
That one.
Man.
That one's going to be the dagger goal.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough to come back out of that one. That was a rough one to watch, a rough one to witness, and he finds that one way too easily.
The bounce dribble was very clean. That one's really hard to read even for us people in Div B, and I mean, you could probably attest to Div A.
Yeah. Oof, it was a little rough there as the ball floating back mid, and Go Time sends this one high. Jumbo Kid can't get any read off this, but Go Time finds a goal here, and with 18 seconds left, they're down by 2. But you can't really count them out, can you?
No, the only thing that, I mean, I might be able to count them out in is the internet situation.
Yeah,
it's going to be hard
rough.
to win a 2.5v3 down 2. But I've seen way worse. So
yeah, no,
that one was a chance as it kind of floated out mid. Go Time with the BBL shot.
He does his best. He does his best. That's normally of a Jumbo Kid type play there.
And I mean, they almost got another one at the end. So I don't know if momentum is switching, but Jumbo Nut really needs to keep up the pressure here. Otherwise, we might find ourselves in a game 5.
Yeah, I'm not going to be that guy, but it looked very, very, very sure from this Jumbo Nut side. And for a team that looked almost assured of at least some semblance of a win that first game with Daryl's amazing goals, it's starting to dig a hole a little too deep that I don't know if they're going to get out of.
Yeah, I mean, we did see Go Time start to pick it up here, especially as Daryl kind of struggled with the Wi-Fi. We saw him pick up a little bit of slack, but it still is, I mean, it's going to be a tough task. I don't know exactly what they did in that first game, but I mean, as a team, you gotta find a way to get back into that.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. And I mean, I need to see more out of. I mean, he had that goal at the end, but Go Time for the majority of that game, not much to look at. He had the 1 assist, that was pretty solid. But Mountain Dew Fridge, again, 120 points, not a great performance. I need to see a little bit more out of him too. And bad Wi-Fi as a whole need to find something here as they put on their back foot. It is a 2-1 lead in the series by Jumbo Nut. And if Jumbo Nut win here, I'm pretty sure my prediction reigns true, so I hope that actually happens. But that's purely for my own selfish hope for my prediction being correct. Nice touch up by Grayskull. Daryl cuts this one down, gets the nice pass mid, but no one's there to follow Photo Nut. Grayskull with the nice demo. This ball floating mid. Is anyone there in time? No, they all whiff, and Grayskull puts his own pass away. And Jumbo Nut starting off early with a 1-0 lead.
I mean, he was hunting for that demo. I mean, that ball was nowhere near him, and he still found it. I mean, he is really living up to the name that he made for himself.
Yeah, he really did, and it's looking like an absolute show-out performance for specifically this Jumbo Nut team as a whole. I have not seen any like bad play out of any other players to their certain ability level. Obviously, you're going to see a couple mistakes here and there, but Photonut playing exceptionally well for his positioning, and Jumbo Kid doing what he can without the ball cam. So, I mean, I'm impressed. So. This ball floating back, Photonut with a nice cut. Can he do anything here? Not quite. Go time. A little contact in. Mountain Dew for almost gets that off the touch. Not quite. Jumbo Kid's going to get a touch high here in the center. Can he follow this up anymore? Yes, he can. Closest one mid. Is anyone there to follow? No. Go time. Able to get it away. And it'll remain. Bad Wi-Fi. Need to find the way back.
Yeah, they really need to figure out a way to sustain pressure because right now, I mean, this ball has not been able to stay in the blue half for very long. And
yeah, it really has.
as we see a bump slash shot come out from Grayskull.
Against his own team, too. That's crazy. Oh, man. Grayskull going into the corner. Can he do anything on this orange side? He gets the boost. He gets a touch mid, but Mountain Dew for able to get it out. This ball floating back towards Jumbo Nut. Photonut. A nice little touch. Can he get anything to Jumbo Kid? No. This ball floating high sky. Grayskull with a nice cut. Mountain Dew Fridge awkward. Daryl needs to find something through. He gets it through the clouds, but he can't find it through the sky as Photonut finds his way back in. This ball floats back into the center. Go time to cut it off early.
And I mean, this is exactly what they needed. They needed a little bit of pressure into that blue half. And I mean, the hardest game to close out is match point game. So if they can keep up this pressure here, we could very well find ourselves in Game 5 and selfishly have my prediction be right. But as Photonut
I don't like
gets
that, no.
saved by Grayskull. I mean, Grayskull's doing everything for both teams right now.
Yeah, Grayskull's currently just the MVP of both sides, and that's okay. This ball coming off Daryl, can't find it in. Another shot comes from Go Time. A nice little bouncer finds his way through, and Bad Wi-Fi have a step back here as they tie up the game with 2:10 left.
I've always said nobody expects the bounce shot, and those two guys definitely did not. I mean, as we get... I mean, and it ties it up. I mean, this is a whole new game.
Yeah, that was a nice little touch, and they find themselves back into this game here. This ball floating back into the blue half. They have it tied up, but now if you're Jumbo Nut, you want to close this out. Grayskull with a nice pinch out to the side, met well. This ball sticking in this blue half, no way out here, it seems. They're just trapped. Jumbo Kid able to get it out of his own side here. Can he get it into the orange? No. Photonut forced to be the man to do it. But Mountain Dew Fridge sends it right back towards the net. Can he get anything to follow? No, but no one touches it.
I mean, and I felt like it fell in slow motion.
Bro,
and he just fakes out Grayskull completely, and Jumbo Kid was unable to read it.
Bad Wi-Fi after two really rough games find themselves in their first lead since game number 1. And it's looking like there might be a chance for them here as Daryl sends this to the side. Can he follow quick enough? No, he can't. Jumbo Kid gets cut off, but Grayskull and Photonut back into position. Can they get anything to go here? Photonut can't follow it up in the air, but Grayskull can. This ball mid. No, Jumbo Nut can't find the touch. And they're forced to make a little bit of a retreat here as they make their way back in their half. Grayskull out of his own half. Can't get much more into the corner as Daryl sends this one back into the blue.
Yeah, and I'm going to be the one to say it. I haven't seen a single demo come out from Grayskull since they scored their goal. And as there's a demo by Jumbo Kid.
It was Jumbo,
but I mean, yeah, it was Jumbo. But I mean, these guys have got to get back to what they were doing in games 2 and 3 if they're going to have a remote chance of coming back in this game.
Yeah, that's the issue with a demo mentality and playstyle. If a team against you is either really avoiding it or you lose your momentum in your demos, it becomes really hard to win immediately once you lose that immediate pressure that you get from having a demo and that pressure that you get from getting good effective offensive pressure. Oh, a little bit of a team bump there. Ooh.
This one just floats out gracefully in front of the net, but nobody's able to capitalize on it. Daryl is just
dead.
playing bumper cars.
Jumbo Kid can't get this one mid quite. Go Time stops it in the corner with 2 seconds left. This is all they need here. Grayskull can't rally it back, and bad Wi-Fi find it here. And we are heading to game number 5 for, I think, the 4th time today.
And I mean, there hasn't been a Division C matchup that hasn't gone to game 5.
True. Div C closer than you think this season. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, this was a great game by. I mean, Go Time made the play to kind of set them up for the game tying goal, and I mean, just looking at the board.
I mean, if demos didn't exist, Jumbo Kid pulled a Tony Snell. I need to see a little bit more offensive pressure out of him, specifically in that shot category. So far, he's been making really good offensive pressure, but this game, just nothing. Absolutely nothing.
He's making a lot of pressure, but he's not doing anything with that pressure. I mean, he hasn't... I mean, if you look at it from the Xbox screen, it is a Tony Snell game. So... so I mean, I would love to see more out of him, but I mean, this is game 5. This is anyone's game. I'm excited to see who takes this. Hopefully it's Jumbo Nut.
As am I, and no. As we go to game number 5, Jumbo Nut, bad Wi-Fi. Will one of them find their way through here? Well, they kind of have to. I am going to bed at some point tonight, and it will not be a forever overtime. As Jumbo Kid takes it out of his own half. He beats out Daryl, but this one floats in the mid. And we need to see something here on Champions Field as this ball floating around the orange side. Met well by Jumbo Kid. A couple bumps on the back end on Go Time. Don't do too much justice here as Grayskull can't find anything to go, and Photonnut's put on his back foot. Daryl from the defensive side all the way to offense, pass to Go Time, and he finds one home. Bad Wi-Fi, take an early lead.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of happened, but there was nobody in net. And I mean, I was about to say he faked out whoever was in net, but there just wasn't anyone there.
A little awkward defense, it happens. Grayskull with a nice touch to the backboard. As anyone that follow knows, a great touch from Daryl to get it away. Honestly, fantastic touch. Mountain Dew Fridge sends this one mid. Daryl to follow. Daryl gets cut off by Photonnut. Photonnut watches as a touch goes down into the middle. Go Time sends it away. A little sketchy by Dufridge as Jumbo Kid forced to take it out of his own half with a man bearing down on him known as Daryl. This ball floating back towards the net, and Grayskull able to get it away.
Yeah, and these guys, other than Daryl, they don't really have much boost, so Daryl has to come up with a big 2 touches here in order to get this pressure out of their end.
Yeah, no doubt. Jumbo Kid forcing his way through, making a statement heard, but not all the way to the end zone as he finds himself just moments away from a goal. A touch to the middle by Mountain Dew Fridge doesn't do much. Jumbo Kid tries to get this one out. No effective pressure from Grayskull as he tries to let his teammate take it, but his teammate decides better and rolls away from that. Grayskull with a nice touch tries to get to the backboard, but Go Time cuts it off. A shot on by Grayskull, puts it away, and we are tied up.
It looked like the right Adam shot. Kind of. But I mean, Mountain Dew Fridge just a little bit awkward in that, not quite on that front post spot as the 2-man, and I mean, they pay for it.
Yeah, Jumbo Kid out of his own half. Can you find something here? A little touchdown. No one there to follow. Photonnut taps it down towards the net, but Mountain Dew Fridge has all the time in the world to take it out. A demo comes out from Jumbo Kid. A demo comes out from Mountain Dew Fridge. And Grayskull forced to get a respawn here as Go Time tries to make his way through his team. Daryl with a nice cut early. Jumbo Kid forced to make the touch out wide. Can't beat out Daryl. Back to Photonnut. Photonnut can't get out of this corner fully. Yes, he does. but not much more, as Daryl has just been absolutely abusing this corner. Goes for the demo. Jumbo Kid avoids it, but Grayskull in an awkward position on his own back line.
Yeah, and he did a great job kind of controlling that. Didn't really bang it away from him.
Oh.
And gave his teammates
Oh.
enough time to kind of get boost and regroup, as we see another save by Go Time.
Yeah, but before that, it was kind of fun to watch. Jumbo Kid, Photo Nut, back and forth, a little ping pong action. Found their way all the way to the goal line. Didn't get the goal to go, but the momentum and the absolute chemistry shown was magical. As Grayskull with a sniper shot from mid-range puts that one home.
Absolute slot top left. Gets the perfect timing on the boost and pops it up just out of reach of Daryl. I mean, that was a great shot.
Yeah, that one's hard to make. I probably would have missed it personally, as Jumbo Kid Nut find their way 2-1. They've got the lead finally. It's been a couple games. They want to hold it, as Jumbo Kid cuts this one off in the center. Photo Nut sends it to the backboard. Daryl, he's able to get it back towards the corner as Grayskull collects. He pops this one high in mid, tries to give something for his teammates. Teammates a little out of position as Jumbo Kid forced to go back. It's a nice little flick, but this might be a pass, but Grayskull collects it well.
Yeah, I mean, we're just trading blows right now. It's going demo for demo down the line.
Oh no, Photo Nut!
I mean, that was from way deep. I mean, that was a 3-ball, and he didn't even have to call bank.
Mountain Dew Fridge jumping out of net when he didn't have the beat and gets destroyed there from distance. Can I say the man rocking the biomass with no issue at all? Respect. This ball flying back. Jumbo Nut with a 3-1 lead here. This is looking rough for bad Wi-Fi. They need to find something quick as they make an offensive pressure here.
So this one's going to float down.
Oh.
And just out of reach of Go Time.
He needs to get that, though. It was within his reach if he had just grasped it. Grayskull throws it off his own backboard, but no good touch from Go Time leaves them time to try to get out of their half, but no, Daryl on the follow. The Grayskull and him pinch this one up high. Ball sent a little out wide as Jumbo Kid forced to follow. With a minute left, the coffin is in view as Jumbo Nut trying to close out this series after a very dominating 3 games that they won. If they win this one. I gotta try to avoid caster curse in this.
I'm just seeing way too much pressure, and the demos are reigning supreme right now. I mean, these guys are hurting bad when it comes to their rotations, and I mean, it's really showing.
I mean, Grayskull wasn't the top dog of his team, but his team did not do bad, and those demos were very, very, very effective. He gets a nice bump there. This net still pretty open as Photo Nut tries to shoot. Goes a little to the corner, and Jumbo Kid quick to follow. This pressure is dynamic and absolutely explosive, Zach. I
mean, they, other than a couple weird kind of bounces coming out, it's been in their net or in their zone the entire time.
And with that being said, Jumbo Nut, your prediction reigns true. They take it in 5.
I mean, that was a great game by them, and Jumbo Kid avoided the Tony Snell, which could have been the difference.
You're not wrong. A shot rain there, and honestly, Jumbo Kid surprised me heavily. The USD man looked fantastic this game, and if he continues to perform at a pretty high level, I mean, Jumbo Nut, the team, could honestly do really well this season. They just took out a very contentious contender in Daryl. I think if Go Time improves better, that bad Wi-Fi team could become deadly. There's a lot of ifs, ands, buts, or maybes in Div C, but it's all about who's willing to put in the hours, who's willing to play.
Yeah, and it's only week 1, so they can carry this momentum into the future weeks. I mean, they could be a real juggernaut in this division. But I was going to say Jumbo Kid having 40 touches that game. I mean, he is always on the ball. So
oh, yeah. And,
if they can work around them.
Yeah, no doubt. We're going to pull us over here to a lovely winners interview. We're going to pull them in now and just have to say the word that matters most. Congratulations, boys. How are we feeling?
Pretty good.
Very good.
All right, I gotta ask one question. The man with the best hair in DCRL, Grayskull. I gotta know. Coming into the season, you came in with the picks. Were you aware that Jumbo Kid did not use ball cam?
Yeah, I asked PhotoNut um, about the players from his division and who he's played with that he liked, and he did say that Jumbo Kid was a really good player. Said he didn't use ball cam, and I thought, well, we all have our we all have our things. I'm just a demo merchant. He's no ball cam. PhotoNut, I have yet to learn what his special skill is, but
Fair
it
enough.
worked.
I mean, without the ball cam, he actually does end up becoming a better demoer. So he is actually joining you in that numbers. He'll probably
Hmm.
be a second or third so far in this first week, just purely off those demos alone. Looked fantastic. And I'm gonna hop it over to Photonut. The man, you were in was it Div D for a couple seasons, moved into Div C and then back to Div D, or am I wrong in that?
Something like that, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't quite remember, but
Back,
something
but
like that.
but yeah, you're back in Div C. You got Gray Skull, the demo merchant. You got Jumbo Kid, the man with no ball cam. How are you feeling? How do you think your guys' odds are this season?
I am really excited for this season. Right when Grayskull messaged me, his name isn't Grayskull in Discord, so I had no idea who he was. And he's like, when I added him on Epic, I'm like, oh, you're the demo guy, because I had seen him play before. And so now, yeah, we just got a heck of a team, and I'm really excited about it. I think we're gonna do well.
All right, Zach, any questions for the boys?
I do. So, Grayskull, did you go into this season kind of knowing that you wanted to keep up the same play style? And do you think that that same play style will work in Division C this season?
Yeah, I would say not only did I want to keep it up, but I'm always trying to break the record. I don't know if I have the record for most per game in a season, but I'm trying to go for like 5 this season, hopefully, 5 per game. That would be nice. And I think it'll work as long as like the way that we've seen it working is demoing a last guy back, sets up for some open field, and we've knocked in some goals like that. So I think it'll work.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
completely
you
fair.
guys definitely kept up a
I
lot
am
of
gonna say,
pressure.
Gray Skull, you did come out with a fantastic game. You guys performed well, and I will say you did have five for one of the games. I don't think it was all of them, and I'm pretty sure you are number 2 on the list right now. I'm pretty sure a man last season came through, took your title, and I know you're probably not too happy about that, but you're gonna have to work to fight for that back.
All right.
All right. Well, I just lost my audio, so this is fantastic. My headset's gone. So I'm gonna say thank you guys so much for coming on in. Jumbo Kid, you played fantastic. You were a ground merchant today. Love to see that. Congratulations, boys. We're gonna send you off so that I can send us off in complete silence in my end. You guys have a fantastic evening.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That it is you and I in the casters booth here. I can't hear a word you say, so don't say anything bad. I'm gonna say, do you have any final words for this lovely, lovely game that we just had, and for your first time here on the desk?
I'm proud that I got the prediction right. I mean, to a T. So, other than that, I mean, it was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me on, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
All right, I'm gonna take that as you're done. I'll look back later and make sure you didn't say anything too bad. But with that being said, y'all have a fantastic night. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me on the desk, Zach. Congratulations on your first ever cast here. Hope to see you more. It was a growing and growing thing. Got better as the stream went on, and I can't say more. I can't say that I can't. I literally just can't complain. With that being said, everyone watching, we have a decent amount of viewers for the end of the stream. Look down here below me. We got our socials. Make sure you follow them so you know when games are happening. A lot of times we're trying to get that social media up. Make sure you look at the YouTube if you want to watch VODs of what just happened. All the games go up on YouTube. If you're going to make any poor life decisions, use Epic Creator Code DCRL. Do not make any poor life decisions because of the code. With that being said, thank you guys so much. We are all on our way out. Have a great night. Peace out.
Holy UNC numbers.